It's the most wonderful time of the year. Christmas is just around the corner. As it is one of the most celebrated festivals of the year, almost everyone loves to take part in celebrations like setting up a Christmas tree, decorating houses and streets, preparing Christmas desserts, exchanging gifts, and a lot, and I mean a lot, more. But have you ever thought about how it actually started? Why is there a holiday to celebrate Christmas? And why is it celebrated with so much zeal and happiness? How it started. Although there's a lack of information on its actual history, but according to many legends, it most likely started around the 4th century, Jesus. As of multiple pieces of evidence, winter has been the time of celebration even before Jesus. People love to celebrate this time of year as the days start to get longer and sunnier after the brutal winters. Persians used to celebrate a festival called Shab-e-Shalah. Romans celebrated the festival of Saturnalia to honor the Roman god Saturn. The Norse used to celebrate Yule, and Germans honored the god Odin. Another popular belief about the beginning of Christmas dates back to the tradition where people believed that the day when Mary was told that she is going to be blessed with a special baby, Jesus, was on March 25th, 9 months before December 25th. Some early Christians also thought that March was the day when the world was created, and also the day when Jesus died, and they believed he was conceived and died the same day of the year. When Christianity began, the birth of Jesus was not celebrated, and the main festivities were centered on Easter, as the exact birth date of Jesus is not mentioned in the Bible, but many thought it was January 6th and not December 25th. The concept changed in the 4th century, when Pope Julius I selected a date, December 25th, as the official date to celebrate Christmas. There are many speculations about the reason that caused the date change, but the most accepted reason is that winters were already a celebrated time of the year, so it was believed that the new date will warmly be accepted by Christians around the world. The claim seems to be true, as the festival spread across the globe in the upcoming years. December 25th was celebrated as the birth of Jesus, and the 6th of January was honored as the Day of Epiphany. So, why is it called Christmas? The name Christmas originated from the Mass of Christ, referring to the Mass service where Christians remember the fact that Jesus died for them and came back to life. When Christmas was canceled. Did you know the festivities of Christmas went through a hiatus in early 17th century as a result of several religious reforms? In 1645, when Oliver Cromwell and his Puritan forces invaded England, they cancelled Christmas. After a few years, Charles II came back to the throne and restarted the most popular holiday. The Pilgrims who came to America in 1620 were quite orthodox like Cromwell. As a result, the feast was not celebrated in America. From 1659 to 1681, the celebration of Christmas was outlawed in Boston. Whoever was taking part in any kind of celebration had to pay a fine of 5 shillings. Even after the American Revolution, the English customs were yet unacceptable in the country, but the situation gradually changed and a federal holiday on Christmas was announced on June 26, 1870. Following this development, Americans started to celebrate the festivities and changed it from a wild carnival holiday to a more joyous and peaceful, family-centered day of the year. As Americans started to celebrate Christmas with full excitement and festivity, people started to observe how the event was celebrated in different cultures around the world. This keen observation and interest in several celebrations continued the next 100 years until the Americans came up with their own traditions of decorating Christmas trees, presenting gifts to loved ones, and sending wishing cards to each other. The customs were inspired by several other cultures, but they had a traditional American touch, and that's why everyone loved to take part in the festivities, and American families had a much-needed cultural holiday where everyone could take a break and rebound with friends and family. Santa Claus. The most famous Christmas custom is to wait for Santa Claus to arrive with gifts. The legend can be traced back to 280 AD, when there was a monk named Saint Nicholas in Turkey. Saint Nicholas donated all of his wealth and used it to travel around the country to help those in need. Gradually, the character was known by everyone, and people started to call him the protector of children and sailors. The iconic Jolly Santa Claus, which is now presented in the American culture as a man in red with a white beard and a sack of toys, was immortalized in 1881 when political cartoonist Thomas Nast drew on Moore's poem to create the image of Old Saint Nick we know today. The Christmas tree. Christmas is incomplete without a beautifully decorated Christmas tree. The history of using a symbolic tree goes back to ancient Egypt and Rome, but came to America in 1800. The tree is not particularly linked with Christmas, as long before Christianity, people used to give special importance to evergreen trees. In many cultures around the world, people used to keep trees like conifers, pine, and spruce in their homes as they believed it would keep away the ghosts, witches, and evil spirits. The modern Christmas tree traditions started in Germany in the 16th century when devout Christians brought decorated trees into their homes. The tradition later moved to America and gradually other parts of the world. Popular traditions. Christmas is celebrated as the event of joy and spending time with friends and family. The customary traditions include putting up a Christmas tree, decorating homes, streets, churches, exchanging gifts, baking Christmas desserts, and the most anticipated, the arrival of Santa Claus with gifts.